Hello, everybody. Today I'm here with... There's not enough room on the screen. Today I'm here with all of Series 1 and Series 2. Here's that one. Of the McFarlane Toys MIRRORVERSE figures. And that, you can't see the ones in the back at all. Okay, so I think this is the best that we're gonna do. So here are all of the Series 1 and Series 2 figures. So I don't really have them in order here, but I'm gonna try to go through them in order. So in terms of Series 1, we've got Goofy, Belle, and Mickey here. And then skipping these two, we also have Sulley. So those are all the 5-inch from Series 1. And then we also have the Jack and the Buzz for Series 1. So all 6 of those figures are from Series 1. And for Series 2, I don't have all of them. There's a fractured version of Sulley and of Jack that are just the same, but are painted pink and purple. So I'm not going to be covering those right now. Maybe in the future I'll get them, but I didn't want to spend an extra $40 on all of these, or add an extra $40 to my total. So for Series 2 we have Donald, Baloo, and Genie here. So I'm going to switch up the camera so we can look at all of these individually up close. So the first figure we're going to be looking at here is Sulley, and we can just see the packaging for him real quick. Let's spin it around to the back side here, where we've got some advertisements for the other characters in the series. So these are all like the 5-inch ones from Series 1, and we got like the sprawling picture of all of their silhouettes. So looking at this, we might be getting Merida, Oogie, and Scar sometime soon. We also know that Maleficent and Captain Hook are coming very soon too. So let's open it up. I'd like you to see this as well. What the heck? I don't want to put whatever is supposed to go in there. I just like it how it is. So yeah, these characters actually have some assembly required. So if you're looking to pick any of these up, you might want to keep that in mind as well. If you like doing that, you might want to pick up specific figures. So just right off the bat, let's just try testing its kind of posability. So his arms can move here. It looks like they just have the one joint in the shoulder there. I know my brightness is not the greatest. I can't do much about that. So yeah, both of his arms have a single like joint, so he can go like that. His legs have no joints, so we can't do anything with that. I feel like his shield can like twist here. So in trying to get the tail in, which was harder than I thought it was going to be, I just realized you can spin his legs around just a little bit. So at least I think that's intentional. You can like move his legs over. So this arm is kind of out in front now. So a few different poses in that way. Oh, you can also move his arms this way. Okay. But yeah, I can't really like get the shield out in front of him like I would want to. Here's the gas or laugh canister, or maybe scream canister. Not really any color to it or anything, but it's nice to have, I guess, as well. So that also just gets inserted. They each come with these cards here. So here is Sulley's. The cards don't really do anything. It's kind of a collection thing. So I'm guessing the bio is the same as it is in game. So if you want to take a moment to read that, you can. But he gives him some stats, I guess, which is cool, but it'd be nice to have some like in-game compatibility to it as well. He stands pretty well on his own here. Yeah, it's really hard to get some good poses out of him. I was really trying to move him around, but I'm afraid of almost breaking him. But he looks pretty cool. I find that they keep giving Sulley like really small eyes. I suppose it really doesn't look that bad now that I'm looking at it up close, but yeah, overall, Sulley's pretty cool. I think he's probably the heaviest out of the 5-inch ones, so yeah, let's just move on to the next one here. So, Belle is the only female so far. She was included in Series 1 as well. So here's just a look at the packaging as well. It looks identical to Sulley's, other than obviously her name at the top here. So let's open her up. This is weird. Her cape is like coming out of the back. Let's just take a look at her, you know, before putting on the staff. Her cape made it very hard to get out of the packaging, but it's kind of this like rubbery cape. So it's got a little bit of form to it, and she's probably going to be a lot more poseable than Sulley was. Let's bring her a little closer here. She kind of almost looks like she's using her hands to use do a spell or something. Her head moves a little bit, but I don't think it can twist any more than that. But she looks pretty great. For the amount of like princesses and stuff in the game, I'm kind of surprised that she's the only like female character that we've gotten so far. So, giving her staff here. Let's take a closer look at the staff too, because it's got this rose in here, which is really nice. Very intricate. Now her legs don't have any sort of posability. Yeah, like her staff does not stay in her hand well at all. And like it is seemingly not very feasible to get her to... Oh, well, there we go. There's... she's standing, but I kind of had to fight her on it. Yeah, I don't know. Not great. I suppose the larger figures are much easier to get to stand, but yeah, I can't find that like level of balance for her. I'm having to hold her up. So yeah, kind of poor execution on this one. So the bigger ones come with stands. I really do wish that these smaller ones came with stands too. So we're just gonna set her aside here, lean her against Sulley, and move on. So here's Belle. Got a nice little promotional image there for her, if it'll focus. There we are, and then you can read the bio too if you're interested. But yeah, very nice as well. So next up is Goofy. And again, same packaging as before. I guess I didn't mention, but they have a little image of the character in the corner here too. Same advertisement stuff on the back. I guess I didn't notice, but they kind of got a range of different classes for this first wave, so that's nice too. So let's open them up. Here is Goofy's card. Same image as before, but a little bit of an action pose here. So, very cool. And here is Goofy himself. Let's kind of get a little closer to look at his face. So he's got the helmet, his big baggy pants, and his big old shoes that'll help him stand, hopefully. And then he's also got a place for his boomerang to go. You can see it kind of like can slot in there. So in terms of posability, already much easier than the other two characters. Oh, this arm fights a little bit. It might be because of his shoulder pad. And then he can also move in and out with his forearms. So yeah, look at that. Already we've got somewhat of an interesting pose here that he's standing up pretty well for. And let's also take a look at his boomerang here. Very shiny. So I want to see it in the sheath for it first. Maybe it's not meant to go in there. I thought it could probably fit, but it doesn't really fit. So I guess you just put it in his hand. See, that was pretty easy to get it in there. So already Goofy, I find, is being a little bit more cooperative. Yeah, I quite like Goofy. He might be, just because he was so easy to work with, he might be one of my favorites right now. So yeah, there he is. Let's move on. The final 5-inch for Series 1 is Mickey. I don't even think he was in game yet when this came out, if I remember correctly. So it was pretty cool for those who got this right away to pick this one up and see Mickey and some of his stuff. So let's open it up here. Mickey's got like this cape that goes outward here, and then it's like sticking in between it, so I have to like pull him out. I'm so afraid of like breaking him. Okay, that was pretty horrible trying to just pull his cape out of that, but we got it. So he's very loose, I'm noticing. He's spinning like crazy. So that might be a little too loose. His head also can spin like this. Let's get up close here for some of the details of his face. And his hat too, it's got like the gold on the yellow, which is a little hard to see here. I don't know how he's gonna stand. He's got in like this floating pose, so. He's also got this, which I don't really even know what this is. Like, I play the game, I don't know what this is. I know he like has some magic stuff going on. And he was just kind of, oh, there's a little hole in his hand, I didn't even notice that. So I'm guessing it is extremely loose. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but you kind of are like balancing it. You can see it like wobbling a little bit. It does not fit well into there, I would say, which is not great for like putting him on a shelf or something. It'll fall out very easily. Like, I might have just gotten a bad Mickey because all of his joints seem very loose. His arm, yeah, that is extremely loose compared to everybody else's. I'm assuming this has 2 points of posability? Maybe not. I guess it just goes up and down like this, and I'm not going to spin the other one because his thing is going to fall out of his hand. So let's see how standing works. Not great. Well, actually, it looks okay on camera. In real life, it kind of looks weird. But I kind of like how it looks in real life, actually. Or sorry, on the camera. Like, that's pretty nice. So yeah, let's move on to the 2 7-inch figures for Series 1. But first, we gotta look at Mickey's card here. So there he is with that thing in his hand, which I guess must be something in the game, but I'm not familiar with it, I guess. And here he is. Let's try to, yeah, so there's the bio here too. And already his stats are pretty great. They knew he was going to be good, I guess, already. So let's start with Buzz. His packaging is huge. I gotta like bring it all the way back, and you still can't really see it all. It's kind of hard to see him in the box too, but he's in like this pose here, like to infinity and beyond pose. And then we've got this image on this side and a different one on this side here. And then on the back, they're advertising the fractured and regular version of Jack Sparrow. So I don't know if this was on here in Series 1 already, because that wasn't out yet. So either they updated the packaging or they had that ready, but that's just a look at the fractured one if you were curious. I don't think there's any promotion on any of the backs of these for fractured Sulley, although it might be on like Baloo or Donald, but let's open this one up. So yeah, a little bit different packaging for the 7-inch figures. So Buzz has the most assembly required, so if you're interested in that kind of thing, you definitely gonna go for Buzz. So let's start off with this. Let's bring his arms down too. Already I can tell that he is extremely poseable, way more than everybody else so far. This looks like it's going to be hard to get in. I was right, it was very hard to get in, but here's the pack on him, which the wings are going to slot into. I think this is the right way. So they kind of just get shoved in there. So he's got a pretty large wingspan. So let's try to get him out of that action pose and into a more normal pose. His waist is his belt is loose. It's not even on there. I don't know if I'm gonna do justice to how much posability there is, because I might honestly not even realize how posable some of the parts are. But trust me when I'm saying that, pretty much everything can move. Like even his feet are able to move up and down, which is pretty crazy. His knees can move, so you can let's try to get him in a cool pose. I wish that all the figures had the ability to come in 5 inches, and maybe they plan on doing that with future series. But it kind of sucks that Buzz is just huge compared to the other ones. I kind of wish they just all had their same size. So this stand as well, there's 2 holes on his feet. It's funny how easy it is to make him stand, and some of the other ones aren't as easy to make that happen. But yet he comes with a stand as well. Let's see. He doesn't have a dome or anything, but I think he's got enough additions anyways. So yeah, he's just very towering over the rest of them. He's standing next to Goofy right now. So yeah, the size difference is a little crazy, but bam! But yeah, so that's Buzz. Like I said, if you want a character with tons of movability and a lot of stuff to assemble, you're going to want to choose him. I feel like his head should move, but I cannot get it to move. You'd think that would be movable. He's looking off to the side, which is why I thought it'd be able to move, but I really tried. I don't think it goes. And here's his card as well. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that specific art for him. Here's the back with the bio. So now we also have Jack Sparrow here, the final character for Series 1. And we've got the one image of him here, and the other image of him here. So let's open him up too. Oh wait, hold on. What's on the back here? So yeah, the same stuff, just replacing him with Buzz here. Okay, let's open him up. So here is Jack. Yeah, same posability in the feet, I want to point out right away. Look how high that toe is going. So he's got this very weak looking arm. And I was afraid it was going to break just taking it out. Look at how wobbly that thing is. I get that's kind of the point of it, but I feel like it should be a little thicker even. It almost looks, yeah, he looks very derpy. And his eyes, I don't know if you can see all that well, but they're going in different directions too. But yeah, his cloth is that rubbery texture for all the other capes and stuff. There's a lot of detail on the belts as well. And then his hair is very loose too. I felt like his head can face up a little bit or go down. You can nod then. And this bacon strip is very loose, but the same kind of rubbery texture as before. It's almost gross. I don't like the feeling of that. You probably cannot see, you can kind of see here the shine of the light. It is very textured. But you can kind of see each of those little squares. Like, that's pretty impressive. That's a lot of detail on his cloth, the clothing. Here's like the hat too. So yeah, he looks pretty, like his outfit is cool. But otherwise, like this arm is like just sad, I think. But I mean, it does have this attachment, which we have yet to put on. I don't know how this is supposed to go on at all. Like, look at this. There's no clear way for me to put this on. Okay, I think I might have figured it out, but I genuinely don't know. Is it supposed to go out like that a little bit? Because like this just like completely removes all the posability of this arm. Yeah, I don't know. It fits kind of into the spot, which is why I thought this might be how it's supposed to go. There's kind of like this opening in this part, but I genuinely don't know. I don't much care for that. So that's kind of what he looks like. I guess it looks okay. This arm is just like, it feels like it's going to fall off at any point. It might be hard to tell on camera, but genuinely, I'm afraid to even move it. For this arm, okay, so this is just not even on. They just stuck that on there. You can spin it any way you want. So yeah, this arm has a joint here that is stuck. There we go. So you can kind of move that up. His hand can twist in different ways, so... Yeah, his legs, I don't... Oh. Well, there's that. I can't... It looks like this part can move too. So he can do that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, he's kind of... Okay. Well, now his arm is crippled, but you can see just how posable that hand is there. Look at that. You can do the robot thing. You broke his arm, dude. Look at that. Yeah, that skeleton hand is really bad. I can't even take the time right now to mess with the purple, putting it back on again. So we're just gonna leave it like this. I'm curious if I can like keep him up. No, he's not stable for that, but I can hold it in place. Like you can see, he's kind of in that sitting position, so. And here is his card. So let's look at the back here. Got that different pose of him holding his arm out like that. And let's see if you can see the bio a little bit better. Alright, let's move on to Series 2. This is all of Series 1 so far. Well, not so far, that's all of it. And with Series 1 and Series 2, it's got a white background for Series 2, but a black background for Series 1. So I guess that's one way to differentiate the two. I don't know how purposeful that was, or if they just messed up in doing that, but it's a little incohesive. But if each series had a different color, I'd actually be pretty okay with that, because it would make it much more recognizable where they came from. Let's do Donald, finish out the Mickey Mouse collection here. So we've got him, and they changed where his icon is down here on the back. So yeah, there is advertisement for Fractured Sulley right there. And then we've also got Baloo, and they even put Donald Duck on here. So I'm guessing this is the same on all three of those backs. Everything else is the same as Series 1. Let's open it up. So here is Donald, who honestly might be my favorite out of all of them right now. Although Baloo is definitely going to be in the running too. I really like the characters I chose for Series 2. He's got these big old feet. That'll probably make it very easy to stand. Let's test out his posability. It almost feels like his body is like wanting to twist a little bit, but I'm not going to force it too much. It doesn't seem like it's really twisting. He can move his arms this way, and then also he's got a joint at the elbow, so you can like go all the way around there. And then he's got a shoulder pad on this side. I don't know if I showed his face up close yet, but he also looks really nice too. I think that they did a really good job with him. We got the hairs on the back here. Here's like the back as well. And then the weapon here is larger than he, or about the same height, I suppose. his anchor, at least I believe that, he's got an anchor on his head, so I've always assumed that's what it is. So let's try to give it to him. It's like bent real bad. I don't think that's intentional. I've finally gotten it into his hand. I don't know how I'm supposed to wield it. Like this, maybe? But it's not going to help his stability. Oh, his feet do not stand flat either. This is somehow working, but he's actually standing very well. I'm genuinely surprised. That foot is very flat. I think that's what's helping. But he can hold the anchor and still stand, which is very impressive. It's very shiny. I don't know. I suppose the light is hitting it kind of strangely, but he is very shiny. Yeah, I like him quite a bit. So let's also just quickly look at his card right here. So there's that. And we've got his bio as well. So yeah, very cool. Let's move on to Baloo. So Baloo is very cool to be getting this early on. I wouldn't have expected that typically, but we've kind of got his stuff here. Moving on to the back, it is the same as Donald, so not much to look at. Let's open it up. So here's Baloo. Let's try to get in on his face here, since it is pretty small. He's got those tiny eyes. And his head is very small in comparison to the rest of his body here. Yeah, his legs are completely static. You're not going to be able to move them, but that will most likely help in him standing. I'm guessing he has no problem standing. He's not wobbly at all. It is completely like stuck in place as soon as you place it, which is very good, but obviously it kind of comes with such a huge figure. So his hands can spin inside of the sleeve here, and then also his arm spins this way, like that. Same for this arm, obviously. Let's turn him around and look at this. He's got like the jetpack kind of thing here, and the, I don't know what, the belt with the stuff, little bags on it. So yeah, a lot of detailing on like the metal parts of his arm. And then of course he also has a very interesting weapon with this like broken propeller here. That's kind of the inside, it's kind of concave on that side. So it can really only go into this hand since the other hand is in a closed fist. I'm not exactly sure if that's it, if he just holds it like that. And I'm guessing the broken side is going to need to go towards the bottom because it's taller than he is. I can kind of twist the arm too, so it can be like pointing it at you. It almost looks like a butter knife or something when I go like this. Dude, he's going to butter your toast. So there he is as well. This is my favorite. That's like a weird texture for his like fur part too. This is definitely my favorite. The design is really cool. I just like Baloo already, and he stands so perfectly. He certainly has the least posability out of all of them. That is undoubted. But with the 5-inch figure, it's kind of hard to do so. He's actually pretty light. Sulley was very, very heavy. He's a little smaller than Sulley. I feel like he should be about the same size, but he's a little smaller, definitely lighter. His weapon just fits in there nicely. I love the butter knife. Really cool. Let's move on to the final one, which is Genie. Here is Baloo's card. Right here, that's a little better on the light. And here's the other picture and stats and bio as well. So we have Genie here. All these figures are getting in the way now, but I'm trying to just like show him as much as I can here. So we've got the art on the sides. I really like this one with him smiling like that. And then for the back, it just shows Genie, because I guess he's the only 7-inch of this wave. Also, Baloo, Donald, and Genie are all tanks, and then Fractured Sulley is also a tank. The only one that's not is the Fractured Jack, which is a support, which is interesting. But let's open up Genie as well. Genie also has the cape problem. where the cape is coming through the back and it gets wider at the bottom. So let's have fun just destroying the cape, trying to get him out of this thing. So here is Genie here. Very happy face. I love the way they're doing the hair, where it's kind of taking this out of the game, where it's very like blocky, which makes it very easy to make the toys for this stuff. And I feel like it might be demonetized for showing you guys this, but there's that. So he's actually got this pretty cool stand here. He doesn't come with the black ones like Buzz and Jack did, but that's very cool. Which I'm assuming he just slots into. I think I have it backwards. He slot into that very nicely. So let's put him all the way back here. He just towers over the other 7-inch characters, which is fine, of course. But yeah, we'll have to take a closer look at the 5 inches with each other and the 7 inches with each other. But let's try to get in a little bit closer to look at his joints here. So his hands can twist, and his arm can go all the way around like that. I love the jewelry detail. Like, look at this one in particular. Let's see if we can get the light on it. It's kind of, it goes back and forth, the circle and the square. And again, same posability for that. Obviously, his legs don't have anything. Can his body twist? It looks like it wants to, but it's got like this thing in the middle here that is almost preventing it. It feels though it can twist, but I'm not going to fight that too much. The head also feels like it's posable, but since like the coat is here, it doesn't really work. Let's also show off the cape here, which doesn't really have all that much to it. It's got these sticking out. And it doesn't really, like, it has a texture, but I don't think that's like a cape texture. I think that's just a texture like the rubber. But I think as a figure, he works really well. And again, the stand they made for him is just a really cool inclusion and helps him stand out very nicely. Like, there's no issue with that whatsoever. So yeah, just like spinning him around here, I think he looks really nice. Maybe one of the nicest looking ones, I would say. And again, the arm posability just makes it very nice. You can get him doing a whole bunch of stuff. Like, there's that. That's just another example of the multitude of things you can do with those arms. But all right, let's last thing here, show off Genie's card, which, like I said, white background or white border. And I really like that render for him as well. Here's the bio. All right, so we have opened up all of Series 1 and Series 2, again, other than the fractured variants of Sulley and Jack. And I suppose there are also larger versions of Mickey and Sulley. There's actually a version of Mickey that's like 12 inches or something. So that's pretty crazy, but let's start off by getting all the 5 inches together. They all look like they're in the sort of same, what would I say, the same scale, which is really good. Sulley's definitely the biggest and heaviest, but I think that works pretty well for the theme of everything. And as you can already see, like, the 7 inches are just towering over them in the background. I think that's probably a good way to like put them on a shelf or something, is having the 7 inches be in the back. I actually just got Belle to stand, so that's nice. So here are all of them. You can kind of back it up a little bit here. These are the most posable ones. They're going to be a bit more expensive. I think each of these are 20 without sale, and then the 5 inches are 12 without sale. So you're paying a little bit more for a larger figure, but obviously it's a lot more higher quality. With Buzz, you had a lot of assembly required. And then obviously Jack has this purple thing that I refuse to try to put on while I'm recording this. And then Genie. I don't know how I'm going to edit this, but I'm going to try to take some nicer quality photos of each of them together. So I might not even be showing some of this footage at this time. I might just be showing the pictures that I took, because it was really hard to get good poses for everything. But this went on for a very long time. But I want to say thank you guys for watching it if you did, and I will see you soon. This is kind of a 7,000 subscriber special, but I don't think I'm going to be uploading it at that time, but I've been recording for like an hour. I gotta stop. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.